윤석열 정권과 그의 군대는 전면도할 것입니다.
North Korea's economy grew 3.5% last year, and it was the third straight year of growth above 3%. Meanwhile, North Korean output has now passed its 2017 level for the first time, which is to say it's climbed back above where it stood before it was hit with the heaviest UN sanctions ever. So, the most sanctioned country out there is having its best decade in a long time. But there's been no major reform, and there hasn't been some Chinese-style grand opening of the economy. So then, what's changed in Pyongyang? Well, today we break down why the North Korean economy has been booming, where the money is actually coming from, and where North Korea likely goes from here. My name is Guy, and this is the Finance Bureau. Okay, let's start with the numbers, because when it comes to North Korea, finding hard data is a bit tricky. Pyongyang stopped publishing meaningful national accounts decades ago. But the Bank of Korea, that's South Korea, has produced its estimate every July since 1991, and the method is production-side accounting. It counts physical or measurable things, tons of cement, kilowatt-hours of electricity, tons of coal and steel, using raw data handed over by South Korea's National Intelligence Service and various government ministries. And then, because the North Korean won is not convertible, it values all of that output using South Korean prices. Now, alongside the central bank, there's an entire industry of estimation. Analysts pull satellite imagery of the peninsula at night, where Pyongyang glows and most of the rest of the country disappears into blackness. Commercial operators like Planet Labs and Maxar photograph the northern ports at Rajin and Nampo, and researchers count shipping containers stack by stack, week by week. They do the same with apartment blocks in Pyongyang. Now, you can't just ask North Korea what it trades, so instead, you have to read China's Customs Administration data and take what Beijing admits it's sold. And then, at the most granular end, outlets like Daily NK and Asia Press phone smuggled mobiles inside the country and ask traders in the markets what a kilogram of rice costs. And people literally count cars in street photographs of Pyongyang. So, the toolkit is good at spotting steel, cement, container stacks, and munitions, but it's relatively blind to everything else. Which brings us to what's actually driving the number here, because 3.5% growth doesn't come from nowhere. Mining and manufacturing now make up 30% of North Korea's nominal GDP, with manufacturing output up somewhere between 4.9 and 6.6% year on year. Heavy industry is booming, and there is a very specific reason for that. In June 2024, Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin signed a comprehensive strategic partnership treaty in Pyongyang, complete with mutual defense commitments. What followed was one of the largest sustained arms transfers of the entire Ukraine war, and the largest foreign military supply relationship Pyongyang has ever run. Analysts at the Open Source Center and Royal United Services Institute tracked it the hard way by counting containers moving across the Khasan-Turmangang rail link and by sea from Rajin to Russian Pacific ports. Millions of 152mm and 122mm artillery shells and rockets, KN-23 and KN-24 short-range ballistic missiles, several of which Ukrainian investigators have since pulled out of impact craters. And what's more, aging Soviet-pattern heavy kit has been dragged out of storage, 170mm Koksan self-propelled guns and 240mm multiple rocket launchers, all sent west on flat cars.